Okay, Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is What If Naruto was the reincarnation of not Shikamaru, Benimaru, Shigaraki, and Dabi, part 6. But yeah, part 5 was uploaded yesterday at night. But yeah, of course, if I can also, well, I'll make this in the 1 hour, probably I'll make it 30 minutes, I don't know. Because after that, I want to record what's it called, What If Asta Was a Samurai? Because I have a good part and where to actually, well, start about something. Never mind. I am going to try to also upload, what's it called, part 3 of What If Deadpool, or What If Naruto was the reincarnation Deadpool. This is where, well, the fourth wall is broken again. Hey guys, it's me, Deadpool. Uh, it's me, Deadpool. Just remember, guys, he's going to do part 3. And then after that would be part 2, not part 2, part 4, and then 5. And then 6, and then 7, and then, no. There's only going to be part 5. Not if I keep reminding you, you probably have an idea. In that jigsaw of yours, you better make me more parts than just 4. Wait a minute. Was it 4 or 5? I don't know, but you can go in. I kicked Deadpool out of here. But yeah, of course, not the point. Let me go back into this what if, and yeah. But of course, we go into, well, not the recap, because it hasn't been 1 month since part 5, but yeah. So, let's begin. Of course, we're going to Benimaru, who right now just decayed the 2 blades of Zabuza. Zabuza widened his eyes, seeing his, well, of course, his cut down, well, sword and all that, but of course, just being decayed so fast, and just can't react fast enough. This is where Kenzaki did kind of send blood needles straight towards Naruto, while mostly stopping 2 ice needles from actually hitting him. And of course, this is where, well, Naruto is right now in front of, well, what's it called? Not Kakashi, Zabuza. Zabuza sees that this kid is more dangerous than normal. This is where, well, he tries to go backwards. But this is where Naruto, he appears under his guard. Right now having his left leg right under his, like, what's it called? Well, right leg of Zabuza. Having his other leg behind him. And this is where, well, Naruto has his, well, left arm towards the back of, well, mostly next to his waist side, but mostly further away from his, like, what's it called, waist, his left side of his waist. Of course, where he has a palm strike right now in his hand, mostly doing a palm, and this is where, well, ignite into fire. This is where, well, Naruto's eyes are right now O and X, and this is where, well, Naruto says, fire style, fire palm strike. This is where, well, Naruto pushes the leg that was behind the kind of left leg, most the right leg that was forward, and right now pushes his, what's it called, left leg forward. This is where he palm strikes, what's it called, Zabuza, in the stomach. This is where, well, he only palm strikes him, not using all 5 fingers to palm strike him mostly. This is where, well, he smashes Zabuza into multiple trees. Zabuza is just shot, bah, 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 bah. But yeah, this is where, well, Conroy is amazed with Naruto. Naruto is right now having both of his hands right now going in fire. Yes, just normal fire color, okay? Not yet blue, but just normal, okay? Of course, well, Zabuza is coughing up. He is shocked to believe that Naruto is this strong. For being only a child in his eyes, he only sees Naruto as a child still. But Naruto isn't just a child, he's a dangerous person. This is where, oh, Naruto looks at Zabuza. And of course, Zabuza, he did kind of made a, what's called a pathway towards him. And there's multiple trees, like, falling down and all that. This is where, well, he did smash into multiple of them. This is where, well, Zabuza gets up and says, I'm not giving up. This is where, well, his, like, eye is right now glowing to this purplish color in anger and of course having this demonic aura around him. This is where he rushes at Naruto. Right now he's just fighting him in taijutsu. Naruto's dodging some of the swings of punches and kicks, and of course Naruto's kind of blocking some of the kicks also. Mostly kind of like hitting them with his hands. Mostly open hand attacks. Just blocking half the thing, but mostly pushing the attacks away from his face. But yeah. But of course, Naruto's also kind of fighting against Zabuza, like open hands, well, mostly his like palms and all that, but at the same time with his fists. Think of it how like Gojo kind of fought against Jogo, usually with what's it called, open hand. But yeah, not close hand. So of course, well, Zabuza is getting punched, left kick, punch, slapped, well, mostly palm strike, and of course, open hand attacks. But yeah. Of course, he is trying to fight against Naruto, but this is where Naruto, he kind of went down to the ground. Of course, putting his left hand, like, left hand down to the ground, just to stabilize a right kick that was going up, roundhouse right kick. And right now, kicking Zabuza in the head. This is where Zabuza is right now dizzy out. This is where, well, he is trying to make heads and tails after being kind of dizzy from that kick. This is where Naruto, he rushes towards the Zabuza, grabbing his hand, and of course Zabuza was confused. And this is where, well, Naruto grabs his hand just to pull it away from a guard and all that, from Zabuza trying to use it to block and all that. And this is where Naruto fucking uses also the arm to pull away, but also pull him towards Zabuza because Zabuza is a little bit bigger than him, just to knee him in the fucking chin. This is where Zabuza is right now pushed up his head, up in the air, right now, just trying to make heads and tails, but of course, he's now seeing how powerful Naruto is in taijutsu. Naruto is a very good expert in the hand-to-hand combat. For only being a child, he's extremely good. This is where, well, Naruto then was, he kind of lifted himself up by igniting fire into his feet, and kind of pushing himself up and all that. Now, I know that Benimaru can't ignite flames into his feet because, yeah. He mostly can ignite objects to have flames on them or extinguish them or kind of move them around. But yeah, because he's a 3rd and 2nd generation user. And the only one that can actually ignite flames to his feet will be Shinrai because he's a 4th generation user. But for this one, I'm just going to say that Benimaru can do that, okay? I know some people are going to be like, no, you can't just do that. For this, what if I can? So fuck you, shut the fuck up. So, of course, Naruto ignited flames to his feet, of course, burning his shoes a little bit, but this is where he didn't care. And of course, just spin in the air, doing a kind of backflip. It's a backflip, and of course, axe kicking what's it called, Zabuza to the ground. Boom! Right now, igniting more fire into his feet and smashing him to the ground. This is where Zabuza goes. This is where, well, Naruto kind of lands back in the ground. Of course, one of his shoes are now just, well, sandals are mostly burned. And of course, he is now uneven with the footing and all that. That's where he takes off one of his sandals and just decides to fight with barefoot. That's where Naruto is still. He goes into a stance to kind of be crouching. Of course, well, he's kind of crouching a little bit, having his what's called now left leg forward, while his right leg behind, and mostly having mostly kind of crouch a little bit. Of course, where he has his left hand forwards, mostly having what's it called 2 fingers down, mostly his like ring finger and what's it called pinky down, kind of like going down all that. Still having his index and middle finger and thumb kind of up. Right now, that's how it looks like. And it's right now, well, in front of him. Like, he's looking at Zabuza, and of course, he has his hand, well, how I mentioned, the left hand, right in front of him, having his right hand right next to his kind of chest, and of course, having it also in similar style of how his left hand is. This is what, Naruto then looks at Zabuza, and Zabuza is right now on the ground. Unable to kind of move, because he was just getting his ass beat. He is, well, I wouldn't say Zabuza is a bad taijutsu user, it's just mostly he uses his big sword to kind of do most of the killing because he is a master in like the blood mist style, or because he was kind of like Zabuza of the blood mist, or mostly a demon or something, whatever. But of course, he's mostly good in like kind of assassinating people with his big swords. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, going hand-hand combat to Naruto is kind of difficult more. This is where Conro, he starts walking towards Benimaru until, well, two Senbons rushes towards Zabuza, and this is where Naruto notices it. And this is where Naruto ignited flames from hitting Zabuza, mostly the two Senbons. Ignited them from hitting Zabuza just to push them up in the air. Mostly kind of control them. This is where, well, Naruto did that really fast. He ignited them really fast. This is where, thanks to his eyes. Now, of course, I will mention how they become into a different color. Like this orange or reddish color, or this bluish one. But yeah, don't worry about that. I'll mention that later. But of course, well, he then actually ignited the flames on the Senbons to kind of just melt. Of course, kind of hurting Zabuza because melted metal was right now falling upon him. Just so Naruto only did this just to wake his ass up. This is what, well, ice symbols were actually thrown at him again. And of course, this is where Kenzaki was looking around just to see where those ice symbols came from in the beginning. Even what's it called, Psyche was actually looking around. It's where Kenzaki sees him and throws her own blood symbols that she created from herself to kind of smash upon the ice symbols. Of course, mostly pushing them away, mostly deflecting each symbol away, and couldn't actually destroy the ice symbol. This is where, oh, Naruto, he then had to dodge a ice mirror that appeared behind him. And this is where, well, Conrad also saw the mirror, and this is where he says, fire, he says, when his hand became flames, he did have a karate motion and all that, and he says, fire style, fire slash. He cuts the ice, what's it called, mirror that was behind, what's it called, Benimaru in half. This is where, well, the ice mirror could not even throw any symbols or appear a figure or anything, because that figure would have been destroyed. This is where, well, the figure is just right now in the trees, hiding and seeing how they're quite annoying and can't let them get anywhere near Zabuza. This is where one of them decides to kind of ignore the other kind of like talk and all that, and just jumps down and of course appear right in front of Naruto. This is where, well, this one had longish whitish hair, and of course this is where she, well, it was kind of her and all that, because of her slim body and all that Naruto noticed, or kind of noticed after the fight with her, because she started kind of like fighting him. This is where, well, she tries to kick him in the head, and with her kind of flexible body, she managed to kind of lift up her leg and almost kicks Naruto in the head and all that. If Naruto didn't have his left hand right now in front of him, blocking the kick, this is where, well, Naruto then tries to kick at this person with his right leg straight towards her head, but this is where she managed to kind of, well, mostly move her leg back and then just duck the kick. This is where, well, she then kind of freezes the ground, well, under her, because after kind of dodging, she put her right hand down, freezing the ground, and of course, this is where, well, Naruto would have been effective if Naruto, his temperature is kind of different from normal. You see here, when he noticed the kind of, what's it called, this person right now making an icy ground, Naruto ignited the kind of ground into having heat. He can control heat and fire, because fire and heat are kind of similar to the same, but yeah. Of course, he just controlled the molecules that were underneath him, just to make a heat kind of surface. So of course, the ice can only go around it because, well, the ice kind of melted going towards Benimaru. This is where this person went in her eyes, and this is where, well, Naruto appeared right in front of her, and this is where, well, I should also mention, wait, before I go on any further, I forgot to mention about Benimaru's eyes, or also Naruto's eyes. Now, Naruto can actually switch his eyes from a tealish blue, well, I mean, his regular eyes are turquoise tealish blue, like Dabi's, but can go into, like, Benimaru's eyes, like a Sharingan, activate them. I know Benimaru can't activate his eyes because they're just permanently there, but Naruto can, but yeah. I know some people are just going to be annoyed with me and saying, why would you do something like that? Because I like the color turquoise a lot, and you can't freaking stop me from not doing it like a Sharingan, okay? Leave me alone. So, of course, well, Naruto, We go back into Naruto fighting against this person. Naruto then rushes at this person. This is where, well, Naruto kind of sends a right palm strike towards her. This is where this person jumps back. But really, Naruto wasn't actually trying to hit her with a palm strike, mostly grabbing her from the leg when she tried to leap away. This is where Naruto pulls her towards him, and this is where Naruto was about to kind of punch at this person in the face, until, well, the person kind of, well, managed to dodge the punch, and this is where she kind of rushes towards, well, Benimaru with an ice needle that she created right in her hand, and this is where, well, Naruto created a heat block wave to kind of, well, mostly kind of melt the ice kind of needle, but of course it hits Benimaru in the face anyway, and this is where, well, Naruto gets hit, and this is where, well, he then kind of just slaps the kind of mask away, or mostly managed to kind of hit the mask away with the open palm strike towards the mostly open hand towards, well, this person's head, and of course the mask actually managed to fall off, and this is where Naruto, what he sees right in front of him, of course, after, yes, one of his eyes were mostly, he had it to close one of his eyes, mostly his kind of left eye, and this is where what he sees in front of him is kind of this beautiful young lady. Now, she has very, like, this whitish hair, well, kind of like this bluish, kind of whitish hair, but yeah. Of course, this is where her eyes are actually, what's it called, a kind of purplish mixed with a bluish color. And this is where, well, her skin is kind of a palish color. Now, of course, this is where, well, she winds her eyes and then looks at Naruto. Naruto looks at her with this kind of uncaring gaze, but at the same time in his head saying, what the fuck? This is where Kurama comes out of nowhere saying, damn kid, you should definitely call her, what's it called, you know how you call Kenzaki. You know damn well she looks beautiful just like. This is where Naruto says, shut up, shut up, shut up. I don't want to hear your fucking words, you perverted fox. This is where Kurama says, nah man, you should. This is where Naruto managed to shut Kurama in his head. And this is where Naruto, he then gets on guard again, because first of all, he doesn't know what she's going to do next. But this is where, well, she then looks at Naruto, and this is where, well, she then looks at Zabuza and says, I need to get father out of here. This is where, well, before she even kind of rushes towards her father, this is where Naruto says, oh no you don't. This is where, well, Naruto appears his, what's it called, well, mostly, he was about to send his left hand towards her, and this is where, well, he had, what's it called, igniting flames in his hand, but this time, well, these flames are just orangey and all that, because Naruto did no, let me say it again. He knows that this is the enemy, and of course, doesn't matter, he's going to have to burn them. This is where he has orange flames towards this person, but this is where two Senbon smashes into his arm, stopping him from actually using his flames. And of course, this is where they're orange because he ignited it from his hands. This is where, well, I know Dabi can't really use what's called just normal orange flames. It must be, well, what's it called, like bluish flames. But there's a connection between Naruto and Benimaru and Dabi and all that. So of course it's just orange flames for the meantime. Of course, this is where, well, Naruto was just trying to knock out this person with orange flames. But of course, this is where, well, he does have two, what's it called, not even two, three Senbon in his arm, stopping him from actually using, what's it called, his flames, and deactivating them. And this is where, well, an ice mirror appears behind, well, the girl and also Zabuza. This is where, well, the person kind of grabs Zabuza first, before telling the girl to kind of come and hurry up. This is where the female just jump back and kind of go into the ice mirror. This is where a third figure appears in the ice mirror, having the same mask as well this other girl, but of course being a little bit different from the girl, having longish, well not longish, kind of like sort of longish, shortish, blackish hair and all that, but having it into a ponytail. And of course, this is what, well, this person kind of has similar outfit towards the girl, but the girl kind of had it into a bluish color instead of a greenish color that this person had. Of course, well, Naruto is kind of shocked and realizes he couldn't actually stop them, couldn't actually defeat them, and he's ashamed of himself. This is where Konoha says, not bad, Naruto, not bad. Naruto then looks at Konoha, And he thinks that Conroy is going to be very disappointed in him, until Conroy kind of just pat him in the head. This is where Naruto was confused. This is where, well, Conroy says, not bad, kid. Besides, at least you will get a second chance to fight against the demon of the mist. But, hey, kid, at least you did pretty good, don't you think? This is where Naruto says, I guess so. This is where, well, Naruto still has the Senbon in his hand, and of course, it's bleeding a little bit. And this is where, well, Kenzaki rushes towards Naruto right now, just rushing towards him to see if he's kind of hurt anywhere in his face. Of course, yes, Zabuza did manage to punch him in the face before Naruto could dodge some of the attacks. So, of course, he has some scratches around his body that's kind of bleeding a little bit. But, yeah, this is where, well, Kenzaki is right now using her blood kind of manipulation to manipulate what's it called, Naruto's blood, to kind of just make a scalp and all that. Or not a scalp, mostly a, you know when you bruise yourself or kind of cut yourself on accident or whatever, and that little kind of, whatever the hell that appears in your like mostly human bodily functions where it kind of covers up the scratch and all that, or cut and all that. I forgot what it's called. I think it's scalp or whatever. I don't remember. A cover and all that. Yeah, that's what Kenzaki does. Mostly, like, she kind of, like, not heats up the blood. She kind of freezes the blood by kind of changing the blood temperature to kind of being icy cold and all that. And kind of just putting it over around what's called Naruto wounds. Just so he won't be affected. And this is where, before she pulls out the Senbon, this is where Conrad does it. And he pulls them out pretty stern, but at the same time gentle. This is where, well, Naruto does have two holes in his hand, and of course Kenzaki kind of freezes those with the blood that she kind of uses from Naruto. She can't use her own because, well, you see here, the two between, well, what's it called, the two different blood types doesn't mix. If you kind of give someone the wrong blood type in real life, you would kill them on accident. So let's say that you're a type, well, mostly, let's explain like this. Naruto is actually, I don't know what he is original canon for his blood type, but I'm gonna say he's a blood type B. And of course, this is where Kenzaki's what's it called? Blood type A. Now, the problem is with her, she can't give her blood type A towards Naruto, or you know what, not A. You know what, I'm gonna give her actually a rare one, O, because there's actually different types of blood types. But of course, she has a blood type O and Naruto has a blood type B. If she gave blood towards Naruto, if he like lost blood or anything, she would accidentally kill Naruto. Because, well, blood poisoning. The different types of blood would kind of give you blood poisoning. So yeah, the only ones that you can actually, receive, two blood types at the same time, or in three, would be blood type AB. Meaning that you have both of them, and you can receive both A and B, and even also AB, well, blood type AB, but you can't receive blood type O, because that's just a rare occasion, but yeah, a few people only have O. I think that's the blood type, but yeah, I only wanted to explain that because, yeah, I know that this is a what if, and whatever I can do, but I just want to keep some stuff basic for, yeah. But not the point. Let me go back into the what if before I go rambling on with blood types, and yeah, because I feel like some people don't actually know that. I just don't even know my own blood type. I should probably figure that out, because I don't want to be injected with some random blood and realize I'm dead. But not the point. Would a potato even die? No, it won't, because I'm a potato. I have the you know what, never mind. I was about to say something else, but nah. So we go back into Naruto. Naruto, he tells Kenzaki, thank you. This is where Kenzaki's face kind of becomes a little bit reddish color. And right now, kind of shy and embarrassed for a little bit. This is where Naruto kind of feels a little tired and dizzy. Of course, this is where he falls unconscious. This is where Conrad just catches him before actually letting him smash the ground. And this is where Conrad just pick him up. This is where he asks Tasuna to kind of find the house, or mostly where he lives and all that. doesn't it brings him. Now the reason why Conroe didn't step in to kind of help Benimaru against Zabuza is because he already knows how well Benimaru's fighting style is. He kind of fights always alone, and of course, well, he kind of already figures this out from the fact that when Naruto was fighting against that one A-ranked ninja. Now, of course, fighting against a B-ranked ninja like Zabuza wouldn't be that much of a hesitation for Naruto to easily beat him, but yeah. Of course, he was shocked also with the ability. All three of them were shocked. Saiki and it was Kenzaki and Conroe were shocked with his third ability. Of course, this is where they all think that he's able to just manipulate, extinguish flames, and also, yeah, manipulate, extinguish, and even ignite flames. Like that's all like, good in a package. Even able to go into blue flames because they think that's his second also ability. The third ability is confusing to him. Well, confusing to all of them. Because, well, they saw Naruto use it against, well, what's it called, Zabuza, and erasing the swords permanently, being able to just use decay. Now, I know that some people hated the fact that, well, I put Shigaraki in this what if, and, well, what's it called? I know that some people hated that fact and all that, and also kind of the fact that Shigaraki doesn't have really much of a connection with Benimaru, except for Dabi, since both of them are villains, and well, Benimaru is a hero, somewhat in the Fire Force. I say somewhat lightly because, well, Benimaru doesn't really give a shit about the rules. If you think about it, Shigaraki doesn't care about the rules neither. So both laws and rules, they don't really give a shit. So that's why I wanted to put them similar, because they don't really give a shit about that. Benimaru, I think he will kill people if you piss him off enough. He looks like the type of person to murder you for pissing him off for some reason or whatever. So yeah, think about it like that. But yeah. Now, of course, it was just a what-if suggestion someone gave me, so yeah. But not the point. Let me go back to the what-if before I ramble on way too much. So, of course, we go into Naruto. Naruto is waking up, and of course, he wakes up, and this is where, well, he looks up from his, what's it called? We'll see into the dark and all that. And of course his tealish blue eyes are looking into the dark. That's where, well, it pretty much like lights up the room a little bit. His eyes stick out like a fucking torch. Or like a nightlight and all that. Since they're such a beautiful kind of tealish colored blue eyes. Since yes, what's it called? Dabi's eyes are actually amazing because I love that kind of color. Okay, I should just shut up. But yeah, that's the only reason why I kind of like Dabi a little bit. His blue flames and his eyes. I love the color, okay? Not the point. Let me go back to the what if. But of course, this is where, well, Naruto is right now just looking up. And of course, well, he sees that it's still night. Well, it became night after him being knocked out for a while. This is where, well, Naruto, he gets up. And of course, well, he feels the floor being cold, but changes it to kind of being a little bit warmer. This is where, well, not this, well, god damn it. So we go into Benimaru kind of walking downstairs. He sees that some people are kind of, well, there's really no one outside, well, outside the rooms. This is where, well, Naruto seems to be looking around. He uses chakra sense, and of course, he finds them all out. And this is where Naruto is confused. How long has he been knocked out for? Or how long has he doesn't know. This is where, well, someone tapped behind him in the shoulder, and this is where Naruto grabbed the person's arm. And of course, it's none other than Kenzaki. Kenzaki's like, Naruto. Or she doesn't say Naruto. She says Benimaru. This is where, well, Naruto says, sorry about that, Kenzaki. This is where, oh, Kenzaki says, no, it's fine. I should have not startled you. Are you okay? This is where, well, Naruto says, yeah. Of course, they're only whispering because they know everyone's asleep. And this is where, well, Naruto says, yeah, I'm fine. How long have I been out? About, I would say 1 day and a half. Or not 1 day, mostly a day fully. Seriously? I think I went overboard now that I think about it. Yeah, you did, moron. This is where, well, she bonked him in the head, and this is where Naruto says, ow. Naruto cracks a small grin in his like lips and all that. And this is where Kenzaki looks at him, annoyed a little bit, but this is where, well, she kind of grabs Naruto from the hand, by mostly kind of grabbing his arm that was kind of right now in his head, kind of like itching, well, mostly smoothing the bump and all that, that he kind of just got smacked a little bit. And this is where, well, she grabs the arm and says, come on, you still need your rest. So just go to your room and go to sleep. Naruto says, okay, thanks, Kenzaki. This is where, well, Kenzaki is right now not looking at Naruto, but right now her face is all red. The fact that she grabbed Benimaru's arm, and the reason why she's right now blushing and embarrassed right now is because even though they have been friends and they have mostly kind of, well, grab each other from shoulder or even arm just to pull each other from whatever, but yeah, or mostly bring them around, mostly bring them somewhere. Kenzaki has been feeling a little bit more stranger towards Naruto. They've been friends for, well, 1 year if you want to expect that, but they've been a little bit more friends for a couple of years because they met each other when Naruto was 8. But yeah. Of course, we go into Naruto kind of going to his room and kind of goes to sleep, but yeah. The next day, they wake up, and of course, Naruto, he yawns, and of course, Kanro says, so Naruto, how's your day? Or, how you doing? That's where Naruto yawns and says, oh, I'm doing good, Kanro. Kanro says, good, good, good. Well, we should be going outside to train. That's where Naruto says, oh, okay. Naruto doesn't mind that he can just train another. So of course this is where Kanro does kind of teaches his team not about water walking or tree climbing because, well, they already know how to do that since half of them are clan kids. I say half because Naruto isn't technically a clan kid. He's just someone who's very good in using his chakra most of the time and even his abilities, but yeah. But of course this is where, well, Naruto is just kind of looking at Kanro, and of course Kanro decides to teach him all about the, well, 5 elements. Because he's, well, trying to see what good elements they can use. He can notice about their clan techniques, but it's good to learn about the 5 elements, and maybe even special sub-elements like what's called fire, ice, or not fire, lava, ice, poison, whatever, storm release, or whatever. Or he just wants to know all about their sub-elements, or maybe they can combine elements, but yeah. Because he was now thinking about how Naruto's able to decay things. Maybe that's a combined chakra-based element that he managed to do. Of course, this is where, well, Naruto is just kind of training with, well, the others and all that. He's right now training with Saiki, and of course, Kenzaki is kind of training with Kanro. Kanro is trying to see what elements she has. Well, basic elements from her blood technique, well, Genkai mostly. This is where, oh, Kenzaki kind of puts, well, what's called chakra into a chakra paper and all that. Because, well, Kanro does have, what's called, a kind of, what's it called, 3 papers of chakra metal. Or not chakra metal, chakra paper, but yeah. And of course, well, when she puts it in, 4 elements actually appears. This is what, well, those 4 elements are actually, first, ice. Well, not ice, mostly it's, water, fire, and none other than wind. Or not wind, mostly earth. And of course, well, earth is actually what's it called, able to not combine. It's what's it called, water, wind, and earth. And then her blood, Kenkai. Now, water, wind, and earth is her kind of 3 basic what's called elements, and then her blood, Kenkai. Now, there's actually a problem with her earth. It's actually much stronger than normal because it actually transformed into a kind of coppery kind of color, kind of an iron. Well, mostly what's it called? So of course it's an iron kind of, well, not copper, kind of an iron color. And this is where, well, it seems that, well, Kenzaki has an iron kind of also Kenkai. Well, an iron infinity towards earth, a higher infinity towards earth will be iron. And this is where, well, Kenzaki has it because of her blood. Now, her blood contains of iron. If you don't know about this, but since blood kind of smells to be like some kind of iron, yeah, she's able to use iron. So, that's why it's there. Of course, where, well, Kenzaki's confused why it's there iron, but this is where, well, she is kind of shocked. This is where, well, Kanro sees this and seems to be thinking, interesting. Her water seems to be a strong infinity to, well, mostly her water style seems to be really strong. And her, what's it called, wind style seems to be also strong when it's able to cut, well, so many pieces into the paper. But yeah, she has actually, well, about 4 elements if you count what's called earth and iron together, or if you count them separate, so it'll be kind of 5. But yeah, that's what, well, she smiles and says, wow, I have 5, I guess. Conrad says, yeah, you can say that. But I guess earth side would, the iron side would kind of be a together element, since it looks to be together and not split apart from the wind and all that. Yes, sir, Kentucky says, I guess so. That's what Conrad says, but not the matter. You can probably transform the whole earth style into iron if you're trying enough. That's what, well, Kentucky says, really? Yeah. That's what, well, Kentucky smiles and says, yay! That's where both Naruto and Saiki are kind of fighting hand-to-hand combat. Or mostly, Saiki is sending what's called object at Naruto. Naruto just lighting them up with his fire. And negating them back towards Saiki. But before those stuff kind of hit him, or mostly Saiki, this is where, well, Kentucky sends blood needles and says, hey Naruto, you're up next. That's where Naruto says, oh, got it. That's where, oh, or not Naruto, Benimaru. Benimaru walks up to Kono. And Kono says, you know the deal, Naruto. Or not Naruto, Benimaru. This is where Naruto grabs the chocolate paper and puts it into his palm. And this is where he puts both palms together. And this is where he adds his chakra into it. This is where, well, it's actually cut into 6 pieces. First piece, it decides to burst into flames. A orangey type of color flames. Second paper, it's right now, well, kind of turning into earth. It transforms into earth type and all that. And this is where then the third one, it kind of ignites with what's it called, mostly lightning crackling and making it into a perfect circle and all that. This is where the second, well, mostly the fourth one is what's it called. So the fourth one is actually right now crumbling, but it's not earth that's crumbling right now, the fourth one. Now, of course, like I mentioned, it cut into 6 pieces. So he does have a strong wind infinity. Of course, well, one of what's it called, the pieces of the paper, the first one, it transformed into fire. And even into blue flames after that. But of course, well, the second one was what's it called, the second one was, what was that again? Fuck. It was earth already, so it did crumble and all that. Or, not the second one. The second one actually ignited into blue flames. The third one actually crumbled into earth. And then the fourth one, it started kind of also crumbling. But this time just being erased and turning into actual dust pieces. Instead of dirt dust. But this is where, well, Conrad sees this and Naruto already knows what it is. It's actually his decay. And this is where, well, it's kind of like his decay did mix up with his chakra manipulation, but yeah. Of course, where, well, the fifth one decides to, or wait. No, the third one was lightning manipulation. Okay, now I remember. So, of course, this is where, well, the fourth one was earth manipulation. Yes, it did crumble. And then the fifth one was decay. Then the sixth one is actually a little bit much more different. What's it called from the others? The sixth one actually started with a called, well, the sixth one was actually interesting because it actually turned into explosive. It started just exploding, but yeah. This is where Naruto's like, This is where, oh, Conrad is shocked. Explosion style. Something that he hasn't really seen in the Leaf Village most of the time, but yeah. He mostly seen in, what's it called, the country of Earth, but yeah. This is where, oh, Naruto says, very interesting. I guess I'm strong and all that like that. I guess you will have a total of 7 elements. If you do count the call, your fire and blue flames as well separate. But I'm thinking you're counting it as together. Interesting. This is where, well, Kenzaki says, I thought I'd be the one to have mostly all the elements. This is where, well, Psyche goes up, and this is where, well, he adds chakra into the paper, and this is where, well, he got water, wind, lightning, and even what's it called, actually, he doesn't have what's it called, wind. And of course, this is where, well, it did kind of go into 4 pieces, but it just kind of ripped in, well, mostly kind of didn't split and all that. But this is where, well, those 4 pieces of paper that were different side and all that, one side did crackle with lightning, the other side did kind of like implode with water and all that. But the other two left, mostly the left bottom and the right bottom, one actually started kind of like vibrating, like moving a little bit. The other one actually started having metal stuck into it, like little small pieces of dust metal from the ground. This one, well, when what's it called? Psyche kind of showed this. He has, well, what's it called? What Conrad knows about this, he sees that he does have what's it called, water and, well, what's it called, water and lightning, which is interesting, yeah. Interesting combination because those two can be like combined together to make storm release. But he also has, well, something that he hasn't actually seen that well that much. Something that's called vibration, well, it's called release. The vibration, vibration, let me say that again. So he has vibration release. And what Conrad knows about it is that the fact that it can move surfaces by using your chakra. Of course, it can move surfaces. And of course, it's able to use other things like vibrate through people's like bodies. You can actually destroy and kind of move things into people's bodies if you're going to kind of torture them. But yeah, you can just vibrate their organs. But of course, this is where the fourth one is more confusing because the only people that uses magnet style is that of the Kazekage. And Psyche has no connection to the magnet style, so yeah, or isn't even from the Sand Village. But of course, magnet style is there. Now, of course, this is where, well, Psyche is confused, but of course the paper also still stayed there floating thanks to its Kekai to be able to use telekinesis, but yeah. So of course, this is where all of them are kind of happy, but yeah. This is where, well, they all started training and all that for the day, but this is where, well, Naruto wanted to train by himself for just a little bit, so of course he went somewhere just to train. This is where, well, Kondo started training the others, trying to make them learn how to use it, but Naruto was just one who trained. Kicking up in the air, punching, and yeah. This is where, well, Naruto kind of did fall asleep like a original cannon on the ground and all that, and this is where someone appears, right now pulling out a kunai, but not attacking Naruto. You see here, this person looks to be looking at Naruto. Naruto cracked his one eye open and sees this person with longish black hair and of course brownish eyes, looking at Naruto with a cheerful smile and all that, saying, "Hey, dude, why you out here?" This is where Naruto gets up and says, just sleeping for a little bit." This is where, well, this is where the person says, "You know you will catch a cold if you stay out here." This is where, well, Naruto says, "I guess you're right. But why are you out here?" This is where this person says, "Oh, I'm just getting some medical stuff for a friend and all that." Naruto nodded. This is where Naruto already notices this person's a dude and not a girl. But yeah, even though this guy is like wearing a fucking pink kimono. And yes, this is Haku. This is where, well, Naruto says, "What's your name?" This is where Haku says, "Oh, the name's Haku." This is where Naruto says, "The name's Benimaru." This is where, Haku says, "Interesting, Benimaru. So what are you doing out here?" This is where Benimaru just says, training, punching, kicking up the air and all that. This is where, Haku says, "Interesting, okay. Well, I should be going and all that." This is where Naruto says, "Okay, bye." This is where Haku starts walking away. Now, Naruto noticed that this person was going to stab him. If Naruto, he wanted Haku to kind of come closer, so he would easily attack him, but this is why Haku didn't actually attack him. Well, mostly kind of just looked at Naruto confused, but yeah. But of course, with that happening, Naruto didn't attack him. But knows this person is mostly working for Zabuza. So of course, where Naruto, he starts walking away, but yeah. Now, of course, Naruto thought that Haku was a nice person and doesn't know why he's kind of helping Zabuza. But yeah, the next day happens, and of course, we go into a week time skip, mostly 2 days later. And of course, we're back at the bridge. This is where, Zabuza appears trying to fight against Naruto. But Naruto did oversleep the next day, or mostly the next 2 days. But yeah. Of course, this is where Benimaru woke up and realized that all of them left to the bridge. This is where he says, fuck, but this is where he heard the two bandits trying to attack, was it called, Inari's kind of, mom and all that. This is where Naruto appears right now, sending flames from his hand by mostly snapping his fingers towards him and smashing flames into them. This is where the two bandits are knocked out. This is where Inari tries to attack them, but this is where he stops crying and opens his eyes, and there's where Naruto says, open your eyes, you brat. Look at that. They're already knocked out. Now shut up about things and go hide. This is where Naruto, he starts kind of walking out the house. This is where he pulls out, one of his staffs from, a ceiling scroll and all that. And this is where, one of his staffs appeared. This is where, he ignites this kind of staff with fire underneath, mostly the kind of, not the stick, but mostly the, I forgot what it's called. But of course, where he ignites it with flames, and this is where he launches up into the sky. This is where he puts both of his legs right now on top of the broom and all that, the stick and all that, the kind of pole and all that, and of course starts launching towards where the bridge will be at. This is where, he unseals unseals some staves out of some scrolls and all that, because he had another scroll and all that. And this time it summons out 5 of them out, and this is where he ignites them also with fire, rushing towards the bridge. He already had a very, very worried feeling about what today might happen. This is where, that's why he's not taking any chances and will defeat Zabuza this time. But when he gets there, he sees both Kenzaki and the girl being on the ground, and of course kind of hurt. And this is where, Psyche's also on the ground. He's trying to use telekinesis to attack, the person who right now has Conroe from his neck also, and having extended wires right now grabbing Zabuza. This is where there's a bunch of thugs laughing, and this is where, Gato's there laughing also. This is where, Haku is trying to fight back, but he can't. He also is on the ground, and of course having his head, mostly getting stomped by this person. This person is none other than, Kakuzu. Kakuzu says, it's nothing personal, Leaf Ninja. Well, it's something personal for you, Zabuza. It's just business. You guys have nice bounties. This kid doesn't have a bounty, but those girls would be nice to be sold. Connors, damn it, no! Mr. Zabuza, like, go. Oh, boy, kids. This is where, Haku saying, damn it, I'm blacking out. This is where, before anything else happens, this is where Gato says, hey, boys, get the girls. This is where, the kind of bandits rushes towards Kenzaki and this girl and all that. This is where, Kenzaki's trying to open her eyes, and this is where the only thing comes from her mouth is, Benimaru. This is where, she only whispered that in a low tone, but yeah. And of course, where Naruto is right now, nothing but rage. His eyes starts changing. It's where, the broom that he's right now on, all ignited with blue flames, launching in high speeds straight through the air, and right now smashing through the barrier of sound, making a sound boom, smashing upon the bridge. This is where Tarzan is trying to hide and all that, because, he realized that this is such a bad idea. This is where Gato says, also kill the bridge built, but before anything else happens, boom, 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 boom. This is where 5 pillars of those staffs appear. Now, of course, this is where, those staffs are called Motois, and of course they smash upon some bandits, of course, killing them. And of course, some of the sound boom when smashing the ground did push some of the bandits off the bridge, and of course made them fall down into the river and all that. And this is where, Kakuzu won his eyes and was right now confused. Now, of course, those Motois are right now burning with blue flames instead of a normal orangey flame. This is where Naruto appears. Right now, he kind of appears with his staff. Not staff, mostly the Motoi right now still underneath him. And he rushes towards, Kagsu. This is where he let the Motoi smash upon Kagsu and pushing him straight towards the bandits. This is where all the bandits are kind of getting crushed under behind Kagsu's back. And this is where, it did let go of Kano and Zabuza. And this is where Zabuza's on the ground and trying to get up. He's trying to see if Haku's fine. Haku is right now blacking out still. And this is where, the bandits that were going after Kenzaki and also the girl, this is where they start right now being light onto blue flames. Burning. And their flesh is right now being burned off of them. This is where Naruto's hands are right now ignited with blue flames. This is where Naruto walks forward, walking past the car. Zabuza, Haku, and Kano. Kano says, Naruto. This is where he says Benimaru. This is where Naruto, he says, I no longer go with that name. Call me Dabi. This is where, or not Dabi, he says, don't call me Benimaru. Call me Shigaraki. This is where, Naruto walks forward. And this is where, all the bandits are confused, but there's still a lot of them, and this is where Gato says, hey, what are you doing, boys? Attack that brat! What is he going to do? He lights his weapons of these freaking staff, rush at him. This is where Kagsu managed to, push the Motoi off of him, because the blue flames started letting go of him, but yeah, he's right now on the ground. He gets up and says, what, you brat? This is where, Naruto's hands started still being blue, but started changing. Instead of having these bluish flames, it started kind of changing into a bluish grayish color. This is where Naruto's actually adding decay and cremation together. This is where, he says, decay, a flaming death. This is where, he pushes both of his hands forward right in front of him, and this is where all the bandits are rushing at him. Boom! A huge chunk of bursting blue, grayish blue flames appear, right now smashing it all to the bandits, and almost hitting Gato if Gato wasn't removed fast enough because of Kagsu. This is where Kagsu's flames mostly Kagsu's strings actually did decay a little bit. This is where he's confused. But of course, when he looks over, just to see the bandits, bones and all that, no. That shit, they were decay. Even the ground underneath them, though, kind of cement kind of bridge was actually decay also. That's right, Naruto looks at, at Kagsu with this anger look. Naruto's eyes are completely different now. You see here, one is right now crimson red color, this dot right here. This one's crimson red but has the white color and all that. This one is black. And of course the X should be black also instead of white. But yeah, I fucked that up. But it's blue color. This is where, Naruto steps forward. And this is where, Naruto started having two-tailed cloak right now appearing around him. This is where it's the nine tails and the rage he's having. This is where a third tail appears, then a fourth tail. This is where Naruto looks at with the Kagsu and Gato. This is where, Zabuza say, this is where he won his one eye. And this is where, Kano says, damn it, Benimaru. This is where, Kagsu won his eyes because this is a Biju right now. And seeing a Biju right now transform into four tails, he's right now confused which one it is. This is where a kind of fire, mostly fire around Naruto that was still kind of decaying and all that, destroying some of the rubble and all that, started kind of going around on top of Naruto and right now transforming into a fox head. The flames right now having this kind of anger look. This is where, a fifth tail then appears. Naruto's right now in bloody fucking rage. This is where, Naruto looks at, those two. And this is where Naruto, he disappears from a blink of an eye. This is where he appears right in front of Kagsu, smashing a fist into Kagsu, right now launching him into the water. This is where Naruto sees Gato and didn't hesitate even once, just sending his ass straight to hell. He blinked once and he was right now next to Lucifer. Yes, Gato is right now next to the fucking devil. The devil says, what the fuck? How the hell did he get here? This is where Gato says, where am I? Who are you? Do you not know who I am? This is where, the devil says, let me check this up. He pulls up a fucking, list and all that and says, you're Gato. You know you're in hell, right? You're dead. Gato says, wait, what? No, that can't be. Oh, your bandits are over there. But whatever. Come here, little shit. This is where he grabs Gato and start burning his ass, torturing his ass. You get the point. Just having him feel hell and be very comfortable with it. What really happened back into Naruto, he snaps Gato's neck so fast that Gato couldn't even react fast enough. Or not, like, snap his neck. Mostly kind of hit him with a claw attack and his head was gone. Think of it like when Sukuna kind of, what's it called? Think of it when Sukuna was talking to Itadori, and when, Itadori says that he doesn't want to do this whole fucking thing with, Sukuna, when they were talking their mind skip and all that, and when, Sukuna just flicked his, like, finger once, and this is where, well, Itadori's head was fly off, and he kind of woke up and all that. Yeah, that's what really happened towards Gato. Naruto did that in an instant. And this is where, Naruto then looks at, Katsu. Katsu gets up and says, I see. So you're a Biju! Let's see who's stronger! This is where, someone in the trees are right now saying interesting. So that's a Biju. What do we do, Toby? This is where Toby says. It seems that... Well, not Toby, he says Obito. This is where Obito says, I see a Biju. Well, Katsu should be enough to defeat this Biju. Whatever it is, it's still a child. So, no matter what, they can't do anything to Katsu. This is where, Naruto appears right now, smashing a punch towards Katsu, sending his ass and kind of smacking him around. This is where Obito is kind of getting worried about Katsu. This is where, even though he's not that worried because Katsu is immortal, he will be fine. Of course, it's getting kind of dark, I should mention, because it's kind of been a while, and of course, it's getting kind of dark. Of course, where, Naruto is fighting against with Katsu for about 30 minutes, and this is where Katsu does have half his heart's kind of destroyed. Just out of Naruto beating the shit of him, like punching his stomach and all that, chest and all that, he managed to break some hearts. This is where, Katsu says, I won't give up. You won't stop me. This is where Naruto, he then kind of smacks his 2 fingers together up in the air, mostly his hand. And of course, this is where, he uses his middle finger and his index, mostly thumb, to snap his fingers. And this is where the Motois are right now on the bridge, kind of, or mostly on the water and all that, starts igniting with flames and appearing right now next to Naruto. This is where one of the Motois he jumps upon and all that, the one he smashed into Katsu in the beginning and all that. This is where he flies towards Katsu, smashing him also with the Motoi right now flying up in the sky and all that. And this is where, 5 Motois are right now around Naruto. And this is where, Obito's saying, what is he doing? What the hell is he doing? This is where Black says, I don't know. This is where, Naruto's right now flying up there in high speed. Obito can't use combo weave. He's going hyper speed right now, and he can't stop what Naruto's doing. This is where Naruto, he breathes in. This is where, he puts his, he puts, mostly his left hand towards the side of him, mostly behind him pretty far, putting his right hand next to his, palm and all that, his left palm and all that, or mostly kind of putting his right hand next to the left side of him and all that, but having them kind of crutch and all that, and mostly having the, index and middle finger kind of going down to being like a close fist and all that, but really it's not close yet. And this is where, he's then kind of just breathing in and out. And just remember a technique, a very powerful technique for some reason in his head. This is where, so Naruto has kind of his hands kind of like that. And this is where Naruto, for some reason, remembers this technique and says, Conro. This is where, Conro, for some reason, also is watching this. And this is where all the Motois does smash into Katsu. Katsu is shocked with the Motois smashing into him, mostly 5 of them. And this is where, he then sees with the Katsu's chest and all that, just chest there. And this is where, Katsu says, what are you doing? This is where Naruto says, removing you from life. This is where Naruto says, Crimson Red Moon. He palm strikes with the Katsu in the chest. And this is where, boom. What's it called? You know when the Inferno get fucking blasted by what's called Benimaru? But yeah. This is where, well, he does the same thing towards Katsu, and Katsu has a giant just hole in his body, and of course he's being removed from existence. Because it's not just Crimson Red Moon with his flames and all that. It's still with decay still in his hands being igniting. Thanks to Naruto right now using, well, decaying flames. That's what he's using right now on, well, not on purpose, but just on accident. And this is where he still does it. And of course, this is where Katsu's head is right now flying off him, but just decaying rapidly speed. And this is where Katsu winds his eyes, dying slowly and gone from existence. This is where Obito widened his eyes and realized that, well, Katsu is dead. This is where, well, both Obito and even Black Sister are just winding their eyes. This is where, well, a moon shined brightly over everyone. But this moon wasn't crimson red. It was a pinkish color, thanks to the grayish blue flames and maybe the crimson red moon technique also being a pinkish color. This is where, well, everyone is shocked, and everyone in the village are just seeing this. A beautiful rose color, pink rose color appears over the night sky. Everyone just kind of clapped their hands because it's such a beautiful color. This is where, well, Naruto, he feels kind of tired and falls down. Of course, the words of toys are all falling down also. This is where Connor says, Benimaru! That's where before Benimaru was passing out. For some reason, he felt someone watching him. And this is where, well, Benimaru, before the last bit of energy, he sensed mostly puts both of his fingers, mostly his thumb and index finger that was in his left hand, kind of falls, well, mostly putting his body from, instead of falling, mostly his back smashing into water, he decides to put his actual body, like his face and even chest, to smash into water instead bucket, before he kind of aim towards the tree line. And this is where, well, Naruto when he snapped his fingers, send a bullet made out of decaying flames and smashing into, well, an arm and also a plant, or a plant-like being itself. These two people got hit by it. Obito managed to combo his, well, arm away by kind of splitting it off his body, and of course had to just leave because, well, Benimaru found his location. But Black and White Zetsu weren't that lucky because it hit it right between the middle of both of them. And of course, they both got hit. Of course, the bullet still went through them, and of course, they ignited into bluish, decaying flames, and of course, they were decay in an instant. This is where Naruto fully passed out. This is where, well, Konoha says, Benimaru! This is where, well, he then rushes towards Benimaru's location. He knows that he won't be able to stop Benimaru from falling from a high place. And this is where, well, he's about to smash into the water in high speed. This is where, well, Conroe is trying to think of something because he knows he tries to catch him, it would be a bad idea and all them other things. But of course, he decides to try to catch him. He catches Naruto. Of course, he smashes into the water and of course does get pushed down. Of course, this is where Conroe managed to pick up Naruto from the water and kind of lift him up back to the water surface. And of course, put him up in, water by himself, actually standing on water and picking up Naruto. Naruto's fully unconscious. But yeah. That's where, oh, we go into a time skip of, well, in Tazuna's house. Tazuna is right now just shocked about the whole fucking thing. Of course, everyone is like amazed the pinkish moon that actually was staying up in the sky for actually 2 days. Naruto sent so much power into it that he didn't expect that much. But of course, well, in those 2 days, a lot of people of different villages saw the pink moon. This is where, well, everyone was shocked and confused, and who could just change the color of the moon, but yeah. This is where Obito thought it was the Tsukiyomi, but it wasn't. It was actually just a pink moon. But yeah, after that, the energy of power that kind of died down, but yeah. This is where, well, Naruto woke up after those 2 days of the moon kind of like dying out and just becoming a normal white moon, but yeah. This is where, well, Naruto says, oh, my head is a killer thing. This is where, well, Naruto is kind of like rubbing his head because he feels killer. And this is where, well, someone says, you know you shouldn't be moving like that. This is where, well, the person who said that when Naruto opened his eyes, very slowly was a girl with whitish hair and kind of bluish, kind of whitish bluish hair, but of course had like bluish and purplish eyes, like a mixture of it together into both of her eyes. This is where Naruto's like, aren't you the enemy? That's where the girl says, no, 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 I might be the enemy, maybe, but my name is Haki. Yeah, you know the one you kind of smacked the mask off of my face? Naruto's like, I guess you're right. Oops. That's where Haki just sighs and says, whatever. You shouldn't be moving like that. You wasted way too much energy, and your body is right now hurting like hell. Naruto says, I am fine. He falls back into bed and says, never mind. Hawkins giggles and says, you're an idiot. This is where Naruto smiles and says, I guess so. This is where, someone walks in. This is where Kenzaki says, you know you're an idiot, Naruto. Don't move. Your body still hurts. That's where Naruto says, I'm fine. Ow, my arm. He tries to wave his arm, but this fucking hurts like hell. So, of course, he doesn't do that. So, we go into a time skip of, 2 more days passing. And, of course, this is where, Zabuza kind of requested if Conroe will be allowing him to go towards, the Leaf Village. And so, Conroe actually sent a message towards, Harusen about it. And, of course, they started kind of going back to the Leaf Village. Of course, Zabuza following along. Of course, Hawking is right now next to Naruto, and Naruto's next to Kenzaki. That's where Kenzaki talks to Naruto and all that, but yeah. Of course, the bridge is finally built after a while, but yeah, after the destruction of what Naruto did, and his Motoyas and all that are still in the village, but as just like this decoration of ruins of power and all that. So of course they just left it there. Mostly because of the Motoyas kind of being extremely burnt and fucked up, but yeah. Naruto didn't even have a chance to use his sword because he was enraged and didn't actually pull out his Crimson Red sword. But of course, this is what, they are going along, but of course they get to the village. And this is where, the guards kind of talk towards Conroe, and of course they allow them to go towards, Harusen. And Harusen talks to Zabuza. But this is where I'm going to leave it off for part 6 of this What If. Now, I do know I took 1 hour, even though I said I was going to do 30 minutes, but instead I wanted to just hurry up from the mostly the Land of Wave arc, but yeah. Other than that, I am going to end it off here for part, part 6 of this What If. Part 7 might be coming up later or whenever, but yeah, I don't know when. But other than that, have a nice day, night, and good night, bye.